Now I had to start the video again. Darn it, so now there's going to be 2 parts. But anyway, I wanted to tell you about this. And make sure you leave enough, because this axle is going to turn right here. So you got to leave enough of this wire right here to make that curve, you know, when it pulls it out. See what I mean? See how it's too short right now? When this turns, it's going to pull on that. It's all going to get pulled on. This is going to get pulled out here, and this will be pulled down. So you want to make sure you got enough. See how I have extra here? So we're going to pull this back a little ways, okay, to where I don't get in anything. I'm going to pull this back a little ways too. So I'll do that, and you get the idea. So just make sure you have enough slack. So when this turns, it don't get caught up in any of this stuff, okay? So darn it, you got two videos now. Doggone it. I'm sorry, guys. It's so hard to do this with a phone. But anyway, so all I got to do is tighten up these 2 big bolts in the back on the bottom and top. Tighten those up and put the wheel on. That's it. So there you go. I guess you really don't need to see all that. You know how to tighten a nut on the axle. Well, I can let it run. We've got a short video on this one. Okay. We'll put this right here so I don't forget it. It's right there. I will see it right at the bottom of the vehicle. So I got enough slack here. There's a little bit enough there. So as this hose goes like this, you know, it's going to turn. As this turns, this hose stretches out. So that brings this down over, and it brings this a little closer, see? Once I push it up like that, and this one gets pushed down. So that's why I left enough slack to go, you know, just above the ball joint. That'd be plenty. And these are actually, this actually should be over there, but no, I'm not going to do it. I like it like that. Right on. So I'm going to turn this wheel and get these tight. We'll go from there, put the wheel on. The other thing I was noticing too, I only need I think there's 19 more people to get 1,000 subscribers. That's pretty good for an old guy in the middle of Oregon. You know, I feel pretty proud to have these folks in my life. To be honest, when I was a disc jockey, it was all about ratings and how many people listened and stuff. So it's kind of in my blood, I guess, is to get a little bit of attention. We like to make people happy too, because they ain't gonna do no good if they're watching if they're not happy, right? That's the way I look at it. So anyway, it's a part of my life, not much of a life. Hopefully things will change. I really do. I'm tired of a lot of things. Anyway, we'll get this tight. I got the wrong socket. I know I do. I know I do. And it's just going to hurt. If I keep doing it, it's going to hurt. Where it is, actually, I'll have to find a little goomer. Wait a minute. Here it is. I think it's this one. Yeah, I had the proto adapter on it. That's what it was. I knew that you knew I knew what I was doing. So where's the proto adapter? Where is it? Should be right here. Oh, it's on the it's on here, as a matter of fact. Let's see. No, I need to go from 3/8 half to 3/8. That's what I'm looking for. It was right here. I'll find it and be right back. Okay, I found it. The proto adapter. Old school. Been used a lot, hasn't broke yet. So, let's hope it don't. Huh. I know I had a wrench socket. Oh, there it is. I'll use the socket that's on there until I find it. Alright, here we go. Cramp in my leg. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Alright. There, broke that one. Finally broke it. Not the bolt. The proto adapter. I was bragging about it and it broke. So, what I'll do is find me a wrench for it. I think this one will work. No, it's 11/16. Too big. 5/8 should work, but anyway, I'll go get that wrench and get those tight, and then we'll put the nut on. That's why it's good to get into a good position where you're not going to get hurt if something breaks, because stuff does break, whether we like it or not. It happens. Okay? 17's too big to use 5/8. Let's use a hammer and get it tight that way. I don't suggest you doing it, but do what you want. Okay. Pretty tight already. Maybe I did get it tight. Okay, that's tight enough. Yeah, that's tight. Okay, now this one's going to be a bear. I gotta do it from the top, which would make it easier to hit it with. Okay, that one's tight. I thought I had them tight before it broke, and I was right. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. So all I gotta do now, turn the wheel back, turn the hub back, and we'll put this put the axle nut on and go from there. So I'll turn that wheel right now. Okay, so what I gotta do now is put the axle nut on, get it up there. I do like to put a little Loctite on it, but you know, it really don't matter. I got covers on my wheels, but you know, you can if you want, you don't have to. They're actually made to self-tighten. The castle nuts are self-locking. In fact, the axle nuts, or the nuts on my lugs on my dually from 1966 are castle nuts like this. They have the castle look to them, so the pin can go through it. But these are self-locking. As a matter of fact, that's why the little castles are kind of grooved in a little bit. So you really don't need Loctite, but I put it on anyway because it just feels good. You know what I mean, Werner? And just go from there. And I'll have to go get the socket now. I forgot that part. And I'll get this tightened up. We'll put the pin in it and go from there. And I'll put the wheel on. We'll go for a ride. Copy that? Right on. So that's you guys running there. I'm glad I didn't. I know how the videos can get boring. You just click on them, don't go. So there's nothing to tighten this nut up. So if you don't watch it now, I understand. It just makes sense. So it was this one I use. See, that's 1 5/8. It fits on the castle part, but not on the actual hex of the nut. So we're going to go 1 3/4. It should be like 1 11/16, something like that. But I do everything the hard way. Sure seems like it anyway. Sometimes. That's what I do. Okay, so you got that on there to keep it from moving. Put this down as far as you can so you get more leverage and more bite. So it doesn't fly off so you don't eat it. You smack your head into the fender or the pavement. That isn't a very good feeling, as you know. Oop, I put it on the wrong side. Let me go back over here. Getting too big a excited hurry. I got things I want to do today when I get my truck running. So we're going to do that. You get the idea, I'm sure. So we'll do that. We'll just get it snug. Kind of look for the hole. It's got to be, you know, it's right there. So I'm going to try and go one more. You know, because it's snug now, but it's not tight. So I'm going to try and get it to the next slot. And that's what my goal is. That way you know it's tight, but not too tight. That's probably about another one. Almost. And you go a little more. Looked like it went a lot though, didn't it? But it didn't. Okay. You gotta stop because you want to check and make sure. That's perfect right there. Good right there. Right there. I'm not going to try and show you the hole because it's more of a pain in the butt than it is to actually do anything good out of it. So, of course my pin is all goofed up. So you might have to tap it in or get a new one. I mean, that would be the best thing to do is just get a new one. But I'm not going to do it because I don't have any. And it's 40 miles to go get one. And I ain't too into that. See, that one slid in fine. So that's fine. We'll just keep working it in there. Might take a screwdriver, go out the hub, and push it in a little bit. But it'll go. It just takes a little time. Just gotta get it bent right. See that little gizzy on the end? It doesn't want to go. So we'll have to do what we can. See, it's a little crooked too. But we'll put it in this way. See what happens. Oh, I see what's going on. It's spread apart in there, so I need something to push on it. Tap it in. There we go. There she goes. There she goes. So you put a screwdriver on it, tap it through if you want. You get it lined up. So the key goes into that slot. So it goes in. So the pin goes in the slot. There's the camera. I think you can see it. I hope. Dang, I can't see nothing on this thing. But anyway, that way the pin's in the groove. So you don't want it on the outside. So there you go. I don't anyway. That's how I do them. It's really hard with the sun right here to see what's going on. But I take the long one. You take it and pry it out. And I'll take it and come around to this side. I try to pull on it at the same time. That hoop on the end of the key, it gets set in that groove. And I'll get it that far, and I just tap it over. And that's it. You leave it alone. I leave the bottom one alone. You don't need to bend it. It's where it should be. So no one need to bend it. Okay, so now I'll put the tire on, and we'll go from there. We'll go for a putt. I'll be right back. Okay, I found the connection. Oh my God. For this other side, for the analog brake sensor, I found a connection. I'll have to pause it while I'm doing this. There might be a little bit of words. It is right down there. Yes, sir, it is. Yes, it is right there. See that little gooner? It's right down here. And it takes two hands to get these darn things open. So, anyway, it's down in there. I'll pause it, and we'll go for a ride when I get that changed, because you don't want to hear me getting angry with this. I mean, that's just the way life is, you know. Pull them upside down. Let's do it the right way. But yeah, it is. It's right down. I knew it would be. I knew it would be. All right. I'll pause you, put you on the seat, and we'll be right back. You got it all done. Got that wire hooked up. Kind of a pain in the butt, but you'll figure it out. It's underneath all the brake wiring, or brake lines. You can get to it with a long screwdriver. Kind of helps. Long, skinny one. So I'm going to take it for a putt. I'll let you know in the comments how it goes. Thanks for visiting, and have a good day.